This house is designed for 3 generations living under one roof. The grandparents, the clients themselves, and the clients' 2 sons. So we gave an equal focus on the playfulness, which is more relevant to the kids, and also the pragmatism, which was required for the aging parents and the clients themselves. We were also very keen to create a space which will encourage the conversation between the 3 generations and fill this house with the sound of the kids, the stories of the grandparents. The site is in a gated community, and the plot dimension is 45 in the shorter direction and 75 in the longer direction. And we have road on 2 sides, north and the western side here. This is the main approach to the property. We have few houses right adjacent to it, and the clients themselves are IT professionals. And this gated community is surrounded by very large tech parks all around. Planning of the house is predominantly dictated by Vastu. So on the ground floor, we have 1 bedroom on the southwest corner and the other bedroom northeast corner. Now, these are the 2 bedrooms for the 2 parents of the client. There is a setback of 4 feet on the 3 sides, and of course in the front we have left almost 16 to 17 feet of setback. We have sort of pushed the wall of these 2 bedrooms a bit inside to create this sort of a deck space, a seating space for the parents to sit outside. There was 1 tree right in this corner, and some palm trees, of course, in these areas along the western side. On the southeast corner, we have the kitchen with the services there and some storage over there. There's a puja room in the center, and we have a staircase which takes us up to the upper level. On the northern side, we have the living area. Now, what this does is it separates the plan into these 4 quadrants. The front portion we have is a courtyard, a small courtyard, which is almost by 15 feet by 15 feet. And we have a parking space for 2 cars here. We have worked with the idea of layering in South Indian temple complexes. We enter the house through a 9 feet tall metal and timber gate, and once the moment we enter, we are led to walk up to the main door of the house through this covered veranda. And the veranda has this beautiful brick wall on the western side. And the way we've designed this wall just to take advantage of the western sunlight, and right after, let's say, 3 or 4 o'clock, western sunlight filters through, creating a beautiful light and shadow pattern on this floor. So the idea was that when you are coming from outside, you are basically led through this sort of a low height, a narrow, dimly lit ambient space, and it kind of conditions your mind, makes you leave the clutter behind, and then you enter into the house. So as you enter the house, it's like the finishes are becoming more clean and neat. So there is a bit of a dichotomy which we'll try to bring in. We enter the house through this tall 8 feet by 5 feet pivot door in timber, and there is a foyer space which is separated from the main living with the help of this sort of a partition come shoe rack, and the partition and this shoe rack has a little bit of a combination of Duco paint, peacock blue, and veneer finish. So it again kind of brings in some bit of a color in the space. So from the foyer we head on to the living room, where the backdrop of in the living room has got this sort of a lime-based texture paint in little bluish tinge, and the living room opens out onto this beautiful courtyard in the front. So it's a nice extension of this indoor space, where the indoor space seeps into this outdoor open to sky courtyard. The southeast corner has the kitchen, which is an open kitchen. The core of the house has got a double light dining space, and we have a staircase which takes us up to the first floor. What's also interesting is that the staircase is like an open well staircase and has got a beautiful skylight on the roof, and it sort of flushes the natural light, kind of just fills into this entire double height space through this skylight throughout the day. Now, once we take this staircase to the upper floor, there's a sort of a bridge which connects the master bedroom on the southwest corner, and there's a study room. And the study room basically looks down into the central courtyard, or the courtyard outside on the northern side. So in the master bedroom, the partition wall which separates the bedroom from the walk-in closet and the bathroom has this sort of little beigeish brownish tinge of lime-based texture paint with some details in veneer and ply. We call this house Cuckoo's Nest. The name Cuckoo's Nest alludes to the playful imagery of this cuckoo's clock, which is on the wall, and it just kind of triangular shape, and then it kind of comes out, the bird comes out. So we thought it'll be quite interesting to give certain character, very specific character, to the kids' bedroom. We have this gabled roof. So initially the idea was to kind of clad the entire geometry which projects out from this white mass in metal sort of a cladding. But unfortunately, because of our budget constraint, what we did is we mimicked the detail. We mimicked that same detail in granite, and it kind of casts beautiful shadow when the sunlight falls on the surface, and there's a nice beautiful texture it creates on the surface. So the kids' bedroom is quite voluminous, with sort of a 1.5 floor height because of this pitched roof. And what we've done is that we've created a small attic space over the toilet where the younger kid can climb up and has a little play area for himself. From the balcony, which is attached to this kid's bedroom, opens onto this sort of a beautiful tree right outside. And it being on the northern side, it's quite nice to have, or rather, it's northeast light comes through that in the morning, early morning. So the puja room is on the eastern side of this entire layout, and has a small conical sort of a skylight which brings in morning eastern sunlight. We have also articulated this fenestration of the study room, which looks down into this courtyard. The wall up to the sill height, we have sort of sloped it inward so that it doesn't block the view when they are even sitting and studying. We have juxtaposed this kids' bedroom massing with light metalwork in C-section. Instead of traditional chhajjas over these ventilators and the door from the study area onto this terrace, we have used sheet metal, and we have given certain profile to kind of give required protection for these fenestrations. So as a strategy, we have got this white mass juxtaposed with this triangular geometry for the kids' bedroom, and we have got the lower level which is the roof is in form finish concrete. This passage is covered with brick wall. So in terms of flooring, what we have done is we have used a combination of steel grey, Lapatora finish, and Syrah grey in the portico area and the parking area, which kind of defines our common area. And as we go inside, the entire living space and the common areas, living, dining, the staircase, all are finished in white marble. The bedrooms, all of them are done finished in a large format vitrified tiles, 4 feet by 4 feet. So if you see overall, our interior is more of an extension of the architecture into the space. We don't really add too much of frills and too much of artifacts or decor into the interior space. It's more like we work a lot with the natural light and very few material palettes, so that one can experience the interior spaces in its true sense.